Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for the sign in the title below because this is a bulk introduction. As ever, there'll be a timestamp down below so that you can watch more than one and get past all my waffle. Because I'd like you to watch your sun, your moon and your rising, especially rising. Sun and rising, most importantly, moon as well, because that can influence sort of the way that you're feeling, the more internal inside stuff. But anyway, on I think it's 30th of June, so Monday, the second of 3 Jupiter Pluto conjunctions go exact. So at the moment Jupiter is retrograde, so it's gone past Pluto, it's coming back again, it's going to go straight past, and then later in the year it's going to go past again and conjoin one last time. So we're in the middle of the story. I've already done the readings because I often think after I go through the zodiac readings, I normally do the intro first, then do the readings, and then I'm like, oh, I want to do an epilogue. I want to do a comment on the themes that I've seen coming out. So I thought, well, why not do the intro second? It's very much we are being tasked to work. We are taking things on board. Our roles are being made clear to us. And when I say that, they're being made clear to us by us or the planets, but it's not like it's getting imposed in from on high. It's all like activating soul contracts and all the hippie stuff, but you know, it's where you feel right, where you have the ability to take power in your own world and just work hard. We are all going to be working the land. Now, just a note, from Aries through till, I didn't realise until Sagittarius, so Aries through Scorpio, I got the houses sort of wrong. So unless you use an equal sign system and your sun, moon or rising sign is 24 degrees or past, where I said the first house, it would, where I said the second house, it would be the first. Where I said the third house, it would be the second, and so on and so forth. But I'm sure there was a reason for it because I sat down and I worked it out, and then somewhere along the line it got mixed up. So ignore what I say about houses in terms of the astrology, but don't ignore it in terms of the reading that I give you, because there will be a reason for it. There will be a reason that, you know, it's either not going to affect the reading at all, or it's going to help me shape the reading that I give to you. As a general reading rules apply. You know, roles can be reversed, timing's hardly absolute, and hey, this one's going to last us till, I think it's either October or December, the next conjunction. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's December. You can ask a question before this reading, so if you want to do that, pause the video, think about all the questions that are around you, be aware of all of them, pick one of them, focus on it to put energy into the process, and hopefully I will return that energy to you. And if I don't, the universe will somehow. I am not going to guarantee that your question gets answered, or that the question you choose is the one that gets answered, because the cards will answer what they want and not necessarily what you and I. So that's why I say be aware of all of the questions. Now, what I am going to do is read the symbols of this degree. So from inside degrees, 24 degrees something is the 25th degree of Capricorn. And in inside degrees, the image is a woman wearing a mask made out of butterfly wings. Now that immediately leads me to, okay, wearing a mask, adopting a role, hiding something, fighting crime, you know, because of course I would think that way. Butterfly wings, transformation, spirituality. You know, it's literally a mask composed of souls, which can be a good thing. I would hope it's a good thing. You know, it's like taking on board the qualities and the duties and responsibilities of civil rights campaigners who passed before us, or environmental activists who passed before us, whoever. So, a woman wearing a mask made out of butterfly wings, wrapped about in customary trappings, made to look and act the part superbly, programmed to do everything on cue. Taking yourself in hand and subordinating all other factors to ambition, power and worldly position, in a premeditated, systematic, super-orderly fashion, fitting the role. So good at this you fool yourself. The perfect wraparound setup of simply turning yourself into what everyone needs to see. There's definitely two ways you can interpret all of this. The perfect wraparound setup of simply turning yourself in is what everyone sees, yeah. But because there is so much manipulation and control in it, this can become highly corrupted. It all depends on the motivation. At best, you will become a viable role model for a given set of characteristics of an advanced kind to be embodied perfectly. But at worst, you will deceive and beguile and manoeuvre so smoothly that no one will know who you serve, who your master is, and where this all comes from at all. Now, Astrotheme says it is in an amphitheatre, an arrow is shot by an invisible hand. So it's taking aim, practice. It's the manoeuvring of spirit in your life. I could waffle for ages, especially that mask one. There is an element of fake it till you make it. There is an element of do not deceive yourself. There is an element of I can see that this needs to be done, and I can see that this is the person I need to be in order to get it done. So have a look at each reading, see what you think. Obviously, I'm going to ask you to like the videos if you do like them. Subscribe if you like what you see, because the subscribes and the like buttons really do help the video and the channel irrespectively, sorry. And comment, because it's always good to receive your feedback. Sometimes YouTube is a bit slow to alerting me that I have the comments, but you know, I will get back to you sometimes as late as 3 weeks later, but I try to do it quicker than that. I really do. But in the meantime, I think that's everything I've got to say. Oh yes, down below, details about the reading, obviously, details of how to contact me, and a link to a Facebook group where I post these videos and the astrology videos I watch, and various other things that I find of interest. So I don't really use the community tab, but one thing I would ask with this one also, I'm thinking about starting to do live streams, so let me know if you're interested in that. And obviously I'm still working on, although I haven't done any for a week or so, Chinese and Western zodiac combinations. So again, comment and let me know if there's any I need to put on my list. All right, I'll bring up the cards. And welcome Leo Rising and Leo Moon after the timestamp. And if you are Leo Rising, this is occurring in your 5th house, where you have fun, romance, and create things that you are proud of. And I feel that what you seem to have been creating or will be creating is some form of victory, some form of hill that you have been trying to climb, and you've reached the top of it and you're the one that's got there. There is an element that you may have to try and defend it, but I feel it's more coming in line with your peers, even though I don't feel with this card that there's any peers around to see at the moment. But a lot of this is internal work. We have the sun, the solar deity, qualified or clarified by the Emperor. So there's a certain matter that you are taking control of. And you are taking control of your own transformation, because you have a choice whether to level up or not. Now, I think this choice about levelling up or not slightly is at odds with nostalgia, with a nostalgic situation, with a slightly at odds with how things have always been. But there is a path for you to achieve what it is that you are wanting to achieve, for you to gain this transformation while balancing it with the requirements of those around you. Because Page of Coins here, definitely that's my level up card. You've gone through 1 to 10 and now you're the beginner at the next level. Six of Cups here with the Two of Pentacles. So there's that nostalgic force, but that chance of, that chance of balancing the nostalgic, the requirements of that nostalgic force. It's a matter of seeing what you can see value in here. And I believe that there is space for you to see value, but that includes inner work. This Three of Suns is, the three suns are the alchemical sun, so transmutation, the astrological sun, so that shining force of life that you present to the world, and the spiritual black sun, well known in ritual magician circles or hermetic traditions, of that sun that shines inside of you where the spiritual work is done. There's also a thing called the Black Sun meditation, which is all to do with you becoming able to use power. Simple as that. It's use magic, use power, be able to manipulate. But this is your environment. I want to say manipulate your environment. I need to finish that sentence. But this is clarifying reason. So it's almost like you declare some victory, you claim some victory, which to start off with, you're feeling a little defensive about, and no wonder if it's at odds with your family situation or your community situation, your work situation, whichever it's at odds with. But I feel that this, interestingly, I feel that this Two of Pentacles means that your gains can be doubled. If you are looking within and go, right, I'm in charge now. Okay, let me really, really consider how I'm going to be in charge and what it is that I'm going to do within this. Because we have intuition from above and below here with the King of Coins here. So this is, sorry, the High Priestess above and below. So the High Priestess intuition is leading you to really, it's urging you to consider your actions now that you have had this victory. Of course, what's implicit in this reading then is that there is a victory coming. But we're talking about once you have that victory, how you are going to be taking charge. And if you can't see that victory at first thought, I would say think about it. Focus on, everyone has numerous victories and numerous defeats every day. So focus on the, wrong one. Focus on the victories that you have during this period. And see what they have got to teach you, because there is a lot that you are able to figure out on the basis of those victories for yourself, creating transformation and putting something into the real world, basically taking you to a better place. It's almost like this victory has not been a mission, but this victory gives you a mission. It's like, I am successful at something, and now I've been successful at that thing, you know what, I can repeat this process, I can do it again. Or you pull someone out of the way of a rampaging police horse, or a speeding car or something, and you suddenly take up that's what I'm going to do in my life. I'm going to pull people out of the way of cars. Not the most practical example, I know, but that's that's the impression that I'm getting from this, is that this victory gives you a mission rather than is a result of a mission. So we've got here Nine of Spheres, which is Nine of Pentacles, I think. Yeah, it's a very self-focused, but there's so much energy, moving forward energy. But that is here at the start of the reading. You're already moving forward as this reading has begun. So it's almost like, make sure that you are taking the time to pause and reflect. We've got reflection on the bottom of the deck here, which is the Hermit card. But here's your Three of Stars. There's I know it's got a different meaning to the Three of Swords in this deck. I can't recall quite what it is, but to me it's indicating motion, but also with that great cross on top of a map, staking a claim. So there really is that sense of you climbing a hill and going, right, this is mine. We've got the Seven of Wands here, Seven of Stars here. Seven of Suns even, sorry. Still getting used to this deck. But this is something that you will be making a commitment to. You've been vaguely committed to it already. But it's like it gives it extra oomph, extra welly. It's almost like you can sum it up with, I thought this was what I wanted to do, and I'm so right, and I never realised how right I was. It's because we've got the Sun here, clarifying Six of Swords, going to a better place, going through a bit of an underground journey to get there. This deck, I mean, I don't think that's what it is, but it always reminds me of Persephone in her autumnal descent to the underworld. And which puts going to a better place in perspective, really, doesn't it? But the only way you get full advantage of whatever this victory is by taking stock of the victory that you've had and where you need to go forward to it, and wherever your attention is leading you. Also, look, there's the whole thing about not even balance, although Two of Pentacles indicates that, but unifying. There's some form of unifying here. The High Priestess sits between twin pillars. We've got the Moon anywhere, no. So she's able to use both black and white, both night and day, both fire and ice. She's able to use and manipulate those polar opposites and stands in between them as a balanced form that can read the interplay between the two energies. This is a really nice reading. I tell you what, these Jupiter Retrograde Conjunct Pluto readings are actually, they're a lot of work and they're a lot of hope, and your work is mainly cerebral. It's thinking. There's not even, it's more like you're sharing information and receiving information with this Emperor card here, but you are absorbing information with the two High Priestesses, with the this Nine of Spheres, and that Nine of Spheres also indicates rebirth, but working on your own, but really and truly seeing the value in things and making a commitment to it. So that's a really nice reading, Leo. So if it means anything to you, comment down below. I've no doubt given you the like, share, subscribe speech, or I will be doing when I film the introduction. I'm doing it last this time because I want to see how all these readings go, because on a lot of these readings I've been so tempted to go, oh, I wish I could do a sort of an epilogue, you know, or a dissecting, because I remember when I think it was the new moon before last readings came out. We was in the middle of the virus, but it was prior to George Floyd, the unfortunate passing of killing of George Floyd. And all the readings were coming out basically going, fight, fight, fight. Don't believe what they're telling you. Fight, fight, fight. And I'm reading it, and in my own head I'm thinking, oh God, what am I saying? I mean, I've got to say what I see. That's my responsibility as a reader. But I was like, am I telling people to fight against the lockdown, fight against wearing masks, fight against this, that and the other? And then the passing of George Floyd, the killing of George Floyd. And then the readings started making sense then. So this time, the main thrust I've got so far is that there's a lot of reward if you put the work in. And as I say, Leo, your work is thinking. So reasoning. I'm not even going to say thinking, reasoning. So you need to be drawing conclusions as well. Okay, like, share, subscribe. I've said that already. Probably see you on the monthlies. Cheers.